Hi, and welcome back to the Judith Daniel LC podcast, where I'm doing a website walkthrough. All right, so let me get the confession out of the way right now. Originally, I did a picture in picture. My poor little phone. I did a picture in picture, and all the audio that goes along with me going through the screens. And now my audio was gone, so I had to scratch that. And I kept the video, so I'm going to do my best to explain each page that we go on with hopefully minimal distraction because I don't know exactly what I said the first time. So this is my website, and you can go to judithdaniellc.com. And this is the front screen. This is where the magic happens. Hopefully, I didn't do a lot of dialogue in the beginning, so we can just move this right along. I know that when I scroll down the screen, we are going to be talking about the newsletter. So what you want to do is put your information inside there in the little box you'll see in just a second, and then we can kind of move forward. This was me having difficulties because I don't know how the picture in picture works, only when I'm doing my life coaching sessions on a different app. So this is a learning experience. Hope everybody's doing well today and, getting your meditations in. But here's me certified under what I got going on. I think that's everything on there. So I'm not going to read through it. Y'all can, what I'm saying. But I studied so that I can give you my best. That's the box that I was talking about if you want to be updated with the newsletters and everything that we have going on. And then the menu is at the top, and we're going to head over to the life coaching section right away. Or soon, today, sometime. So this is a little bit about me. I am that banister that you hold to correct your step. I'm helping you on your journey. And one way that I do that is with an individual life coaching sessions. Now, one good thing about this that I really like that I do, because I love to see if we're a good fit, because as you know, there's no refunds issued with these things because we can't get that time back. So I give one 90-minute free consultation where we go through the intake form. I actually send that out to you in advance before our meeting, and then we treat it as if it was an actual session. So we're going through that intake form. We're getting some action steps put in place. We're understanding what the ultimate goals are and then what you think the blockages are so that we can start working through those things. And then once we're all done and I go behind the scenes, then I start strategizing your specific course of action. Now, with that, it's going to be individually made for you because it's in an individual structured setting. When we're doing the Futures Club, which we will talk about later, that's when it's an already set curriculum for the class, right? So in this, we're going to go over just about everything and kind of get set up, because when we get into those sessions, which I say a block of 8 is really what it takes to kind of get there and get you on your way, because I don't want to be your forever crutch, or anything else. So I get you through those 8, and I mean we're putting in work because I want it to be worth it to you, right? And then if you need more sessions down the line, something new arises, there's a new life experience, there's a new adversity that we need to, work through, we can do that as well. And those, each one, if you want to do them one at a time, or if you want to buy them in the blocks, I don't care. It's up to you. I am assisting you. So once we get started with those things, we're putting in that work, and we're both doing the work so that we can get you that end result that you seek, because you definitely can do it. And I think that's what people, what they have a hard time coming to realization with. What they have in their hands, what they have in their minds is enough. And if it's not, it takes 2 things: wisdom and practice. And once you start implementing those things, you can see that definitely, yes, I can do anything I want to do. So that is the point. So I think we're going to be moving on to the next section in just a second. Excuse me, I felt like I needed to yawn. But yeah, so I always give out that consultation, and my prices rarely change. So even if you come back in 3, 4 years, it should still be the same. Um, because I know what it takes for the overhead and to get everything done and how I can best support um, and make it affordable for everyone who wants to join. So, me just probably, I was in here doing a little more talking than that. So, we will be moving right along shortly. Oh my goodness, I don't know why I have to yawn like 50, 11 times. All right, it's cool though, it's cool. All right, so now we're stepping into the Futures Club. So this is where I do the group life coaching sessions, where we get to the root of things. I help you fall back in love with yourself. But one thing that I need you guys to know, and the dates will be updated, it starts May 3rd, 2026, is that there is a prerequisite, this right here, that you want to go ahead and get out the way first. So that needs to be completed before we begin the Futures Club. And this is a prerequisite that gets you a seat in the Futures Club. So if you think you can, you just jump over to the Futures Club and register and do all the things, no, this has to be done first because this is an actual segment out of my book of my curriculum that I had before, and I readjusted it so that we can get that out the way. And when we come to the table, we're to the races. This is a life transformation course, the curriculum that we use in the Futures Club, where we talk about the introduction to self, the gaining control, your power within, unlocking the door to the future you want, and then living out your dreams as you would like to live them out. And below that, it'll talk about, how you register and do all the things to get in there. But this is an overview of what we're covering under each topic. And there is a lot of mental work involved, a lot of talking, and a lot of collaboration with the other people. And this is where the camaraderie is built. This is where the lifetime friends are built. This is how we come together in a like-minded situation for the same goal to be elevated and help each other along that journey. Um, Now we're getting over into our layered affirmations. So this is a little bit of instructions about what a layered affirmation is, how it works, how deep it can go. And then I have some sample ones here, but the full regimen is going to be on my YouTube page. So if you click on any one of those, it'll take you to the YouTube, and then, you can start looking around for the others. And once you've learned how to use, sat through some of the free ones, if you would just you're like, okay, I'm ready to be elevated just a little more specifically for me, that's where we have the layered affirmations that are personalized to your experience and what you specifically want to do. Now, the ones on my YouTube page are geared towards occupation and just like some general things. But to get that, oh, we're really going to dive into you. This is what you want to do after you've done, and I recommend a 30-day regimen of the layered affirmations, listening to them anytime you get a chance. Mine that I do personally for myself are an hour long. When you do the personalized ones, you can actually pick the time length that you want. But when we're doing the free ones, I left them all at the same amount of time. You just watch them maybe 3 times a day. That would give you your 30 minutes a day. Or, do it a little bit more if you want it a little bit more, or you can put it on replay and just kind of sit through it for an hour. But yes, mine, I want to go deep into my subconscious, and I want it to be affecting me the way that I need it to. So yes, I practice everything that I show you guys to practice to get you to where you want to go. So I've been through the trenches. I've done the hard work, and learned and messed up and then learned again, and then messed up again and then learned some more, and then we're here. So that is the layered affirmations. And this is a great place to start before we even get to the hypnosis. That's why it's not offered on my page just yet, because I want everyone to be able to kind of work their way up through the levels. Now, this is the SASSY movement, which is a Safe at School initiative where I do my presentation weapon of choice. And that is, if anyone is out there, a parent or facility member or something that would like to say, hey, I think this would be a great introduction to our students on helping them understand their worth. And then the follow-up would be the Futures Club or developing an after-school program with my curriculum and moving their children forward. Or they have the option of the individual life coaching sessions, depending on what is needed for that child. And you can send that out as a recommendation to the parents. I can do the initial and give the supplies to pass along to the parents. And then, it's you've done your part. You know what I mean? You've opened the door. You've said, "Hey, we care about you. We want you to know that this program is here." And that's where I come in on this one. Now, the screen is a little chopped up because I had to expand and hide some things, but I have no idea why I'm yawning so much, why I'm tired. I should not be. It's 7:53 a.m., right? I just woke up. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stop whining one day. Now, if my long-winded self could move on and move the mouse, thank you. We can get to the next segment. See, this is the problem because this video is 19 minutes long and there's like 6 or 7 pages. So now we're on the games one. Okay, so this is the games page where I created the mirror work, which I teach my students, and we actually have activities that we actually do. And the whole vibe of this is to help you fall back in love with you, right? And I put together this game to take you back to your childhood because it's like once we face that fear, it's no longer an issue as much as we thought it was. Because we have to understand that, yes, we had that experience back then, but we're not having that experience today. So we have to take control of the thought patterns that we have, what we let slide through, and the ones we put a stop to right away. So when you start facing the things that's happened to you in your childhood, and you start reliving those moments just to see them and face them, then we are able to understand how to move forward. So it has the cards, you pick the cards, you listen to the instructions, you can read the top, and then you get to going. And this is not I'm going to master this. This is no, do a little bit, come back later. Okay? And then it has all the cards and things. And now we're to the stress inoculation training. So this is how we get through the stressful situations. Maybe someone doesn't know exactly how to handle themselves or what the best decision would be under that pressure. But now you can play with it. And now you can do some training. And now you can go in there and see. And this is the reflect and rise where we're given provoking thoughts, right? And then the action cards on, what are you honestly thinking about a situation like this? And then it gives a little bit of philosophy and things that you can take with you throughout your day. And hey, if that situation arises, now you have a resource to pull from, right? So that is specifically what this page is for. These are free games open to anyone who would like to go in there and do a little bit of work. And this is individual work. And again, for the top one with the mirror work, you do a little bit. Maybe you're working on your childhood. Maybe you're going in there and like being in that era for a little while. And then next time you come back, okay, now I'm going to see what happened in my teenage years. And I'm going to go back to a time because there's reflective thought to get you in that moment. And then you start facing those things and understanding. So let's see what we're moving on to next. Okay, this is the contact me form. If you have any questions, if there's any issues, or if you want that free consultation, this is where you would let me know, hey Jay, I'm having a problem with this. Can you give me a call? Or, however you want to do that, can you email me back? Or can you just answer this question? I can get to the forms quickly. And these are the podcasts. Again, I have to update the date for the new session. But these are the podcasts that you've seen, my throwback, and then my volume 2. But this is where you would go to send me any kind of request, message, help, or whatever. This is the community resources that I put together just so it can be like at a, eyes glance. But there are a lot more resources out there locally. These are just what I found to be universal. And I did put some fundraising opportunities in place. These are not mine. I have no control over them. I just wanted you to have something so that if your budget didn't submit, you didn't have enough for the weapons of choice presentation, you can go ahead and get these, any one of these or any other ones, fundraising opportunities that you had in mind to do. But here's the thing, if you raise more than what is needed for the presentation or whatever, that is yours to keep. I have no regulation over that. I am not participating in that. That is not mine. So it might be, a good thing if you do a fundraising campaign and then, you pay for that and then you have extra left over to do what you need to do with it. But do your due diligence. I don't even know. all the ins and out of these things, but these were some of the popular ones when I just kind of Googled and looked it up. I wanted to have something for you, but do your research. And no, I don't know who runs those things. You can, figure that out. So, all right. So I know there's another page that we need to get to because there's a little bit more left in the strip. I kind of want to fast forward, but then I don't because I don't want to, go around it like bad. So for the Futures Club program, I know it's only $15 a week, okay? I know I am not selling myself short. I get a lot of flack for, hey, why do you do that and it's only that? Well, first, because it's a weekly class, okay? And I want it to be affordable for everyone, and I want everyone to continue to participate. I don't want to make it difficult, but you have to invest in yourself. There has to be some give and take. You know what I mean? So I can't make it free because then you won't see the worth in it. And I don't want to overextend anyone because I know what it costs to keep these programs up and running. And I know where I can kind of dial back for the benefit of my clients. So that is the formula that I use when I'm submitting what are my prices versus what is the work that has to be done versus what is the overhead and expenditures. So when we're doing this, if you stick with me through the whole thing, you are going to receive a life-changing gift that I will speak no more of. You have to go through the program in order to understand what that will be, but let me tell you, it's mind-blowing, and you want that. So here we go. Back to the beginning, because I must have had something else to say. And yeah, you guys. So I'm actually going to wrap it up here. I might go ahead. Let me look through a little bit of what I have going on and see. But I think, yes, that is going to be a good place to stop here. But again, the website is judithdaniellc.com. All right, until next time, deuces.